Staying with Trump's 12-day five-nation Asia tour, once in Korea, regional security and economic collaboration between Seoul and Washington are expected to be the top issues for the two leaders to focus on. Unshin zooms in on the core discussion topics for us.
After their first meeting in June this year at the White House, the leaders of South Korea and the U.S. are having face-to-face talks once again, this time in Seoul.
It's been some 20 years since Mr. Trump last traveled to the nation, and this is his first visit as the leader of the United States. And he comes at a pivotal time, with North Korean missile program entering an unprecedented stage, tensions threatening regional security. There's much for him to discuss and iron out with the South Korean president.
The North has developed ballistic missiles which can now hit the continental United States on top of recently conducting its sixth nuclear test. Front and center of discussions for President Moon Jae-in and President Trump, effective measures to counter the continuing threats.
The question of how to pressure North Korea to bring the country to the bargaining table for denuclearization will be a very prominent issue. Second on the agenda would be China, obviously, and the question there is what role China could play in that regard. Thirdly, potential cooperation between South Korea and Japan and the United States on dealing with the North Korean nuclear threat.
Boosting the military capabilities of the two allies through more frequent joint drills and an easing of the range limit in the missile guidelines are some of the major topics on that front. But there are areas Moon and Trump need a more united voice on. While the White House highlights all options, including military action, Seoul's approach is dialogue under the condition of Pyongyang freezing its nuclear and missile tests, with President Moon stressing no country can consider military action without Seoul's consent.
한반도에서의 전쟁 가능성.
Easing tensions and diminishing the possibility of war on the Korean Peninsula is what Korean people and its government need right now. Obviously, the U.S. and North Korea don't want war. But regarding cases of unexpected armed conflict, if Trump could vocalize that he wants peace, then Seoul and Washington can find a just, joint message toward Pyongyang.
Besides security issues, the two nations' economic interests are sure to be brought up during Trump's two-day stay in Seoul. And this could be a difficult topic for Korean officials.
There will be pressure on speeding up the renegotiation process of the free trade agreement between the two nations, and it will be brought up along the lines of stressing the importance of cooperation between Seoul and Washington for regional peace.
However, upon request from Washington, South Korea, the sixth largest trading partner of the U.S., has already entered renegotiation talks over the five-year trade pact recently, hoping to enhance the mutual benefits the deal can bring.
From the first two official meetings between trade officials, Korea has already emphasized the benefits that the trade deal can bring to both sides. From now on, it will be the state's trade representative who will discuss which aspects should be modified.
Trump is on a tight schedule here. Along with the bilateral summit, he will visit the largest overseas military installation under U.S. operation, Camp Humphreys, and will make an address at the National Assembly. Considering his past speeches and unconventional approach to diplomacy, pundits expect unscripted subjects could be brought up during his stay. But there is much anticipation, too, on what could be an opportunity to strengthen a decades-old friendship between allies.
We will make this a defining moment for the two countries' relationship. The two nations will take a step beyond comprehensive partnership and solidify a great alliance.
As these are the times when strong diplomatic, economic, and military cooperation between the two countries is considered more crucial than ever. Unshin, Arirang News.